In this lecture, we will see the historical perspective. Now, here there are five generations of computers are available. You can see the images of five generations of computer. We will try to analyze these five generations based on hardware, features, and memory capacity. Now, we will discuss here first generation. First generation computers are available during 1940 to 56. At the time, the hardware used was vacuum tubes and punch cards. Now, this is the vacuum tube. By using this vacuum tube, systems were developed, and these are the punch cards. By using these punch cards, data was stored and also input given to the system by using these punch cards. Now, if we see the features, that time what is the language and how the system is, if we see that in the features. Now, assembly level language was used to prepare the programs and was translated into machine language for the execution. And because the vacuum tubes are used, the performance of the system is very slow and it occupied large size uh, and it consumes a lot of electricity and generated a lot of heat, and it had a pure storage capacity also. And because it is generating the heat, need extra maintenance to keep the system cool. And if we see the capacity of a first generation computer, it is maximum 4000 bits, and data is provided through the punch cards and paper tapes. Now, these are the examples for the first generation, and you can see the image of the first generation computer here. Now, coming to the second generation, from 1956 to 63 period is called the second generation computer period. Now, at the time, transistors were developed and these vacuum tubes are replaced by the transistor. Now, transistor size is compared to the vacuum tube, it is very small. That's why the overall system size is reduced. Now, one more hardware component is magnetic tapes developed were developed, and these were used to store the data. Now, if we see the features, high level languages like COBOL, Fortran were developed, and a batch operating system. Batch operating system is nothing but it is one operating system used by more than one user at the same time. Now faster and smaller in size compared to the first generation, because transistors are vacuum tubes are replaced by the transistors, so the overall the size is reduced and speed increased and more reliable and energy efficient than the previous generation, and the cost also reduced. Now, coming to the capacity of the memory, maximum it is 32,000 bits. And again, the data is provided through the punch cards. And these are the examples and how the system look here. One image is given here. You can see. Now, coming to the third generation, 1964 to 1971. And now, in this duration, ICs are developed. ICs are made up of semiconductor material. IC is nothing but integrated circuit, which is a which is a chip. On the chip, hundreds of transistors are mounted. So now, instead of us using the individual transistor, now transistors are mounted on these ICs. By using this ICs, system were developed. And large capacity disks and magnetic tapes are also developed to store the data. Now, if we see the features of the third generation, it supports a time sharing operating system. And because the ICs are developed, so compared to the previous generation, these systems are faster, smaller in size, more reliable, and cheaper. So easy to access. Now, the efficiency of the system is improved by introducing the micro programming, parallelism, and pipeline techniques. Now, in this generation, cache memory and virtual memories are also developed. Coming to the memory capacity, 128,000 bits. Now, input is provided through the keyboards and monitors. So, keyboard and monitor were introduced in this third generation. Now, these are the example for the third generation, and the image look like this. Now, here you can see this is the IC. Now, IC is nothing but what combination of mounting of so many components in a small area is called IC, integrated circuit. fourth generation. It is from 1972 to 2010. Now here in this generation, now hardware ICs were developed with a very large scale integrated technology. Now earlier, thousands, hundreds of transistors are mounted on a small area. Now in this very large scale means what? Thousands of transistors are mounted in a small area. Thereby what? The overall system size will be reduced. And semiconductor memories are also developed. So with this, the speed will increase. And magnetic tapes and floppies were also there. Now, if we see the features, uh, it supports multi-processing and distributed OS, object-oriented high-level programs are supported, smaller in size, easy to use, handheld computer was evolved, no external cooling required, and affordable. These generations are the development of networks like LAN, WAN, MAN, and the internet. And it saw the development of new trends in graphical user interface and mouse. So mouse is introduced in the fourth generation. Now the maximum capacity, memory capacity was 100 million bits, 100 million bits. And input is provided through the handheld devices like a keyboard and mouse. Now here the examples are given, and the fourth generation computer look like this. Now here you can see the microprocessor. The complete processor is mounted in a single chip using the VLSI technology. Now coming to the fifth generation, from 2010 to present time, it is called the fifth generation. These are the modern and advanced computers. Significant changes in the components and operations have made fifth generation computers handy and more reliable than the previous generation. Now if we see the hardware developments here, integrated circuits with VLSI and nanotechnology. If we are using nanotechnology, means the component size will be further reduced, thereby the overall system size will be reduced. That's why it is more compact. Large capacity hard disk with RAID support and powerful servers, internet, cluster computing. And these are the hardware developments happened in the fifth generation. Now coming to the features, these are more powerful, cheap, reliable, and easy to use. And portable, faster due to use of the parallel processors and super large scale integrated circuits. Rapid software development is possible. Now, the artificial intelligence, massively parallel machines, and extensively distributed systems were examples of current trends. If you see the memory capacity of the memory is unlimited. If you purchase a computer or a laptop, in that limited memory is there, but by using the internet, by using the cloud, uh, by purchasing the memory from the cloud, you can extend this to unlimited. Now the data can be input data can be provided through the CD-ROM, optical disc, and other touch and voice sensitive input devices. Now here the examples are given. IBM Pentium Param. Param is the supercomputer of India. Now you can see nowadays whatever the system you will see, all those comes under fifth generation. Here you can see the all five generations computer images. Now this is the first generation, very low, very big size. Second generation, as the uh, time passing, the computer size is also reducing. Now if you see the fifth generation, it is very compact and portable, and speed also very high, cost also reduced. So with this we finish the historical perspective.